Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, December 9th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're somebody that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about the tool of technical analysis and how it can be used to help build consistency as a trader and make good decisions, this will be a video for you. And then quick, before I get to the stocks themselves, I want to just personally invite you to get signed up for this free online class that I'm offering on Thursday. So if you're liking what I see as I go through the content and you're wanting to learn more about this tool and how it can be used, like I said, to build consistency as a trader to make good decisions, then definitely get signed up for the free class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box. If you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the page itself that you can click on to get signed up. So like I said, if you're liking what you see, then definitely get signed up for the free class. And then a couple clarification points. First off, I will be doing the 30-minute time frame. So if you're new, what that means is that each one of these candlesticks here, as they're called, represents 30 minutes worth of time. Next, the market is still open for a little bit of time. So if you're not seeing things, that candle right there for as I go through the stocks is going to still be moving around a little bit because the market's not quite closed yet. However, it's close enough to being done that I feel confident in the levels I'm going to talk about that they'll still be relevant as we head into Thursday. So first one here, ticker symbol ISIG, and an absolutely monster move. This will mean a bit more to those of you that followed previous top 10 videos, but talked about how that was a key resistance level right there at 1550. And you can see during that opening 30 minutes, price came up there, broke through that level, and then just continue to rock and roll to the upside. So that's where the first update comes into play here, and this is just based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So one of the newest areas of support moving forward right here at $15.50. Although the next main dynamic that I think a lot of people are going to be watching, and lots of people are watching the same level, wondering the same thing, call it self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movements. And that's going to be this area right up here around, let's just call it $22.50, because that is that main resistance line right here. So nothing is guaranteed, but is it at least plausible to think that if the price comes up here and breaks through that trend line, that break could create another round of upside momentum? Yeah, that's absolutely a plausible thought process to have, because this location on the chart here is by no means random. There's very well-defined trend line there, and like I said, when things are so well-defined, that means a lot of people are watching it, which is a good thing, because we want those self-fulfilling prophecy type situations. So overall, though, very nice day today, and let's see if the momentum can continue over the next couple of days. Next one, RLX, and this is on the watch list for a very simple reason, and it goes back to the logic of what we just talked about, but with self-fulfilling prophecies. Check out this very, very well-defined resistance area right there at basically $4 and let's just call it 91 cents. I mean, I'm not going to count the number of times, but a couple of times there, several times more this afternoon. So you know that there's been all sorts of people that have noticed that, and they're thinking, okay, that's definitely a very clear level of resistance, but if that level can be broken, could that create another surge to the upside? Absolutely, especially when you consider, that there's shorts watching this area too. And my guess is that you have some shorts with their stop losses hiding up above that area too. So that would just compound the effect of any sort of breakout that could create that much more upside buying pressure. Again, is any of this guaranteed? No. Is it plausible to think this way? Absolutely. So definitely keep an eye on $4.91. And this one has shown that it can move and move very quickly. I mean, to think that just a couple of days ago, this thing was down here around $3.50. Now the thing is, knocking on the door of $5, especially from a percentage standpoint. That's a very, very impressive move. So you can see final 30 minutes here, price is pulled back here a little bit, but it is still within striking distance of that breakout point. So let's see if the bulls can indeed get the break or not. Next one, AMC. I've been tracking this one as it bounces, and yet another good day for the bounce. Now, there is a little bit of, it depends that goes into this based on perspective. Actually, let me just get rid of these lines here. They serve their purpose for now. But what do I mean by it depends in perspective? Well, if you are a day trader, flipper, scalper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you were buying somewhere up around there and your plan was to buy and sell within, 30 minutes or so, well, then from that angle, the chart's looking pretty bad, right? Because the price is now all of a sudden really started to pull back on you. However, assuming you care about the big picture point of view, everything is still perfectly fine. I mean, the price could pull back even more, and let me get this updated. So this was a resistance here at 31, but as I've already alluded to, when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. And I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, but just to illustrate the fact of the bigger picture still being perfectly fine is, even if the price dropped down to 31 and maintained above 31, I mean, what would you still have from the bigger picture? Well, you'd still have a set of lows there, you'd have lows there, lows there, lows down there, and if you envision each of those as stair steps, well, you still have stair steps making progress in the upwards direction. So again, I'm not saying the price is headed down to 31. I'm just saying that, I mean, it could still drop all the way down there, and if it stays above there, then as you saw, that would still give the bigger picture viewpoint still plenty of higher bases. So keep an eye on that dynamic, but at the end of the day, the price continues to grind higher and higher, which is what you want to see. As far as the current new area of resistance, That's right up here around this 33.75 mark, so keep a close eye on that. But overall, the bounce continues. Next one, SNDL, and the same exact general logic that we just applied on AMC. Yes, it pulled back here. So yes, if you're day trading, you bought right there. Yeah, things aren't looking great for you. But from the grand scheme of things, even with the pullback, this nice bounce continues. So if you look at where these lows are at, these lows keep getting higher and higher. And again, envisioning those as stair steps, that's what it's all about. So is this a bad or good looking chart? Literally, it depends on, well, what was your game plan going in? What was your strategy? And as a day trader, depending on where you bought, then yeah, things are looking pretty rough. But as somebody that cares about, more than just a few minutes or just today, and you care about multiple days, as you see here, it's still trending upwards. And, that's what matters most from a health perspective. Now, the one level here that I'm very curious about, and we'll see if it can come into play or not, is all about that pink line up there, which on my chart denotes the very famous 200 period moving average, currently valid at basically 65.5 cents, we'll call it. So if the price can get up to that level, how is the price going to behave? Your guess is as good as mine, but I think that's definitely going to be a very key battleground if indeed the price can rise up to that area. But all in all, any way you look at it, at the end of the day, what matters the most is just putting in those higher bases, because as long as the price continues to chip away and build those higher bases, then eventually the chart will run out of room and the price will have to go higher to find new room, or in other words, it's got to break levels of resistance. So focus on those higher bases, and that's what matters most. Next one, PHUN. Very, very nice move today, and what makes this interesting here is that the latter part of the day, the volume has stayed very respectable, and this momentum continues on up. So from a breakout standpoint, yeah, the breakout's essentially already happened. Right here, you had that resistance trend line right there, and you had, a nice little bull flag, bull pennant pattern. And so this pattern has already broken out. But all of that leads to now the very valid question of, okay, is this the start of something much bigger? PHUN has a track record of moving very big. Does that mean that it's for sure going to move big again? Of course not. But does it make it valid to think that it could move big again? Yeah, it absolutely is, given that it's shown that it has. But the main dynamic here is, okay, is this the start of something bigger? But when you think about that question, well, what needs to happen first in order to even be able to ask that question? Well, something good needs to happen in order to say, okay, wow, is this something the start of something bigger? And again, what is the something? Well, the something is it has broken out. So the breakout is already underway, not just a question of, is this the start of a whole lot more momentum in the upside direction? And if it is, and given the track record of this thing, this price could very well look pretty cheap over the next few days here, but we'll have to see if this momentum on the breakout does indeed continue and if this is indeed the start of something bigger. Next one, EFOI, and this is just strictly a pullback, risk versus reward situation. So if you're not going to be, if you're not capable, able to honor risks, to insert risk protocols into your strategy, then you should probably you definitely should avoid situations like this. But you have some very well-defined areas here, and from the support side, the very well-defined area is this down here at the 305 mark. You can see that basically all afternoon the bears try to press down through that level and just can never quite have any success. So does that mean that it's going to always continue to hold moving forward? Again, no. But is it valid to think that this level could hold and this could be some sort of bottom before this thing starts to work its way back upwards after the pullback here? Yeah, that's a plausible thought process to have. So keep an eye on 305 as that main area of support. As far as resistance areas, next key level right up there that really stands out to me, right there at $3.50. So again, no guarantees, but if the price could come up here, get the break at 350, that could definitely serve as a reversal point that, okay, yeah, this trend is ready to continue. Because overall, it is still in an uptrend, right? I get it. It's pulled back a lot. But when you factor in, I'm just, broadly drawing this in here, there is a bigger picture bull flag pattern here that's forming right now. It's just a question right now of, can this bull flag cause continuation to happen? And that's why I think it's at least worth keeping somewhere on your watch list. Once again, same exact premise that we just talked about with DARE. Very nice mover today. Big movement. And now all of a sudden you have this big pullback here. But within the grand scheme of things, it is still in an uptrend. And the really easiest way to see this uptrend is draw a trend line right there. So yeah, big pullback, but it is still trending upwards. So the question just becomes, is this just a healthy pullback? Is this finally, the sideways action here? Is that the consolidation with the overall uptrend where the price is now going to start to work back upwards? No way to know that for sure, but is this some sort of just random dart throw of a trade plan? Of course not. No, there's actually logic behind it. So as far as, the well-defined area on this one, right down here around the $2 mark, you can see the price got down, hovered around that area, did a good job of not only going sideways, but this final 30 minutes here has actually gone up here a little bit. But if this thing is going to get any sort of further, movement back to the upside, I think that, kind of reversal area going to be considered right up there around $2.25. So keep an eye on that. So if you do still believe in the overall momentum of the move and you like to play pullbacks, well then here you go. You have one that showed a bunch of strength. Yeah, had a relatively big pullback, but is now starting to show some stabilization. So let's see if this thing can continue to curl back upwards over the next couple of days. Next one here, XELA, and I like this one just because it's formed a very well-defined pattern, and as I've already talked about, well-defined things are always a good thing because you got that whole self-fulfilling prophecy attribute of things. So let me just get this drawn up. So there is the resistance portion of the pattern. Let me just duplicate this, and let's change that to green to represent more so the bullish part of the pattern, the support. So if I bring that down like so, and let's just keep it all the same color. So we have resistance there, we have support there, we have the big momentum move right there. So this would be known as a bull flag pattern. So if you like to play bull flags or really just any sort of technical patterns, you have a good one right here, and you have some very well-defined areas. And what I like about this is during let me change the colors here, but during the pullback right here, you can see during that same corresponding area, the volume really dropped down quite a bit compared to the upwards momentum move, portion, which is what you want to see from a volume analysis standpoint. During consolidation, pullbacks, you want to see lower volume. And again, that's exactly what's happening right there. So again, and I know I keep repeating myself, but I really want to hammer this home. There are no guarantees. So I'm not saying that because this is a bull flag and because the volume is acting nicely, that for sure the price is headed back upwards. But it certainly becomes a valid thought process to have. So let's keep an eye on it. Next one, NIO, and not a whole lot to talk about here other than the fact of I know it's a very popular stock, and the bounce continues. So sure, it didn't necessarily explode today. I mean, it definitely had a good morning. I mean, that was a good move right there, but then certainly went quiet in the afternoon, very tight sideways range. So maybe it feels a little boring in that sense, but when you consider that not that long ago, the thing was down here at 30, and now it's all the way back up here. It continues to bounce, and that's what's important. And I'm not going to harp too much on that, just because you know the theme, right? You want to build those higher stair steps, so continue to watch those. As far as kind of a straightforward way to gauge the health of the current bounce, now start to watch that purple line there, the 50-period moving average. You can see it actually has started to curl upwards, and given its name, moving average, as time goes by, that line is going to keep on moving itself higher and higher. So the very straightforward way to just gauge all this is very simple, right? As long as the price stays above that moving average as the line itself moves higher and higher, then the bulls are in full control of the current bounce right now. So use that. It's basically a trend line that's going to draw itself for you. As far as areas of next potential resistance, you're going to want to keep an eye on that area right there at, let me bring that down some. Let's see, what is that? $36.50. And then from more of an overarching standpoint, you have that pink line again, the 200-period moving average, currently valued at $38. But overall, the upwards bounce continues. Next one here, DWAC. And this is a whole lot just like PHUN, meaning, okay, well, the breakout has occurred. Right now, last 30 minutes, you can see the breakout is occurring. And as I speak, you can see it's basically sitting right there, pushing up two highs and moving and moving. So this is cool. This is why I like to do, these charts while the market's still open for a little bit. Sometimes you can capture breakouts like this and watch the thing just continue to break out more and more and more. So again, the breakout has happened, right? But that is important because having a breakout happen is something which leads into the next always important question of, okay, wow, yeah, something has happened, but is this the start of something bigger? Is this breakout of this pattern here? Again, let's, the bull flag right there got the break, but is it the start of something a whole lot bigger? And in order to help us answer that question, let's go back and look at some previous area or some potential areas of resistance. Let me get rid of those lines there. And the next key battleground to watch, I actually broke through that one. Let's see, what is this? Yeah, right there. What is that? $70. $70 is going to be the next level. You can see right here, that area rejected the price. So keep an eye on that. And just because it is DWAC and can move very quickly, I'll map out one more area of resistance just in case this thing really starts moving. And after $70, next key level would be right up there at, that makes it easy, 70 or 75, excuse me. So 70 and then 75, next couple of key battlegrounds. But all in all, and even from this angle, if I were to draw, this line like this with those resistance, price just broke out through that area too. So that's what I mean. A breakout is occurring in a multiple angles. So now it's just a question of, okay, is this the start of something bigger? DWAC has a track record. It's proven before that it can move and move very, very quick, very big. And with that breakout, it all makes sense to at least be asking the question, at least watch it, right? Hence put it on the watch list of let's see if this is the start of something bigger. So that wraps up the top 10. Once again, I want to personally invite you, if you like what you saw here and you can start to see the value, the potential of this tool of using technical charts to make decisions, then like I said, I want you to get signed up for the free class. It'll be Thursday, December 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely get signed up for it. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy this format, if you would like for me to make more videos like this and continue to make them, then please communicate that to me by hitting the like button and leaving a simple comment below. Tell me what you traded today. Tell me what you're watching for tomorrow. Just say hi. Give me a thumbs up emoji. But any of those things, hitting the like button, a simple comment, goes a long way in communicating to me that it's worth my time and effort to make these videos. And as long as I know people are enjoying, then I have no problem at all continuing to make them. So again, if you want to learn more about technical charts and how to use them to build consistency as a trader, definitely get signed up for the free class. Everybody take care. Have a good one.